Hello, welcome back. I'm the Erroneous Kaiser. You are watching an unbelievable haul for me that I got from the Furuhon Matsuri, or the Used Book Festival at Sanseido in Ikebukuro, here in Japan. They have the event twice a year, and I make time to go to it, get in line, get there early. I always find really great stuff. Of course, we were social distancing in the line in Japan. I mean, we're still under a state of emergency. There were hand sanitizing stations. Of course, everyone was in a mask. We were trying to stay away from people while we were flipping through comics, and I was trying to actually get baskets and pull them to the side and look through them rather than crunch up next to people. And I mean, two people wouldn't be looking in one basket anyways. I did have to travel into Tokyo for it. I was trying to still maintain safe distance and be safe the whole time. And I would just like to show some of the great stuff I found this time. So we're gonna start very small potatoes and work our way up to greatness. Okay, I mean, these might not all be like mind-blowing books, but they are mind-blowing books to get for 200 yen, which is about $2. Starting out with Catwoman here, not really worth much on the aftermarket, but I thought it was some pretty awesome art. You don't really get to see Catwoman in that Joker makeup that often. Here I got Snake Eyes and Ninja Force. It's G.I. Joe, a Real American Hero number 136 out of Marvel Comics. Again, this is not that big a deal, but I just thought it was awesome. It's still in the plastic, and it comes with a trading card that looks ridiculous. What the heck is that supposed to be? I do not know. And I also got 137 here. Same deal. Comes with the trading card. Again, what the heck is that supposed to be? I thought it was pretty funny. Definitely had to pick them up just for laughs. Alright, again, these next comics were, I guess, hot comics for like a minute when Ronin was making an appearance in the Avengers. Here we have 27, when it's revealed that Hawkeye is Ronin, and going before that, here's number 11. In 11, it was Maya Lopez beneath the mask, who's also known as Echo. These aren't that big a deal anymore, but I mean, they still are, key points in the Avengers. So yeah, they were a definite pickup. Going further back in that same new Avengers series, this is number 7, 8, and 9. But this is Sentry, part 1, 2, and 3. Sentry is introduced into the Avengers. The most important of those is part 1, when it's the first appearance of Sentry. Also, the first appearance of the Illuminati. This is the group of superheroes who are behind the scenes planning out what to do, which would later have ramifications in the beginning of Civil War. Speaking of Civil War, here is another comic that was, white hot at one point, but is no longer. This is The Amazing Spider-Man 529, the first appearance of the Iron Spider suit, the Spider-Man suit, the Iron Spider. This happens to be the first print. Second and third printings would say right under here, second or third printing. Well, speaking of the Spider, here we have Spider-Gwen number 1. I mean, I'm not that big of a fan of Spider-Gwen, well, now known as Ghost Spider, but I do know that some people are, and so this is one that, yeah, I'm definitely going to pick up for $2 and maybe, throw it out on eBay or something like that, see if I can get a few more bucks to buy a different comic. Another hero that I am, not really following that much is Amadeus Cho. Amadeus Cho's new, code name is Brawn. He's no longer the totally awesome Hulk. And this issue is where he siphons off gamma energy off of Bruce Banner to heal him from being the Hulk and puts it into himself, and then, becomes a thinking Hulk. This might be one to keep an eye on. Well, with his name change, maybe not so much. But he did get his powers in here and did change his form. So yeah, maybe I'll just stick this one in the back of the collection and wait and see if something happens. This is Battle for the Cowl number 3 of 3. Back in 2009, after Batman was thought to be dead, all of the former Robins kind of were battling for who would be next Batman. So there was a 3-part series where they were I guess Jason Todd, Dick Grayson were probably the prominent 2 in there who were vying for power. And actually, this is not that big of a deal as far as value goes, but to me, I am a real big fan of connecting covers. So, this I have been waiting to get it cheap. So I actually last time I went to the bookstore, I found the first 2. So now this is the completion. See if I can get a good connection here. Okay, the completion of this 3-part cover. I got all 3 of them for $2 each, which I think is a pretty sweet deal. So we're going up in price a little bit here. This is Mike Del Mundo's variant for Venom number 2, which came out in 2018. This was I guess the theme for it was a Young Guns variant. The Young Guns were a group of new artists that Marvel was trying to push to the forefront to create some buzz for them by putting out their names and putting them on like a team or whatever. Around that time, 2018, not too long ago, but I was really liking Mike Del Mundo until he started doing some stuff for Thor, the previous Avengers. I really liked that a lot. My first exposure to him was when he was doing Weird World. That was around the Secret Wars time. Not the 1980s Secret Wars, of course, the more recent one where Dr. Doom was able to make a battle world. I was a real big fan of his art style then. Now I feel like something has changed in it. His use of color, I think, has changed, and I'm not so much of a fan. But this is, I think, awesome. I really do like how he used the color in here. The highlights, I really like it. This I thought was just a beautiful cover, and then I looked into a little bit of what it was because I didn't recognize it. I had never seen it before. This is the all-new Guardians of the Galaxy number 1, and this is the Natalie Sanders KRS Comics exclusive variant. So even searching in the front cover under variant artists, you don't find her name there. I guess there was only 2,500 of these made, and it's pretty amazing that one made it to Japan. I am a sucker for beautiful covers here. So these I have some on the side. Other minor comics that I picked up at the festival are also on here. Joshua Middleton and Frank Cho doing the Batgirl and Harley Quinn. We got a Mark Brooks Deadpool, Battle Lines, Ghost Rider, some Star Wars Bounty Hunters. That's very recent. Another Mark Brooks on the side there. We have an Earth 2 Desaad. It's a lenticular cover, so I'm a sucker for those as well. Oh, and then Sabrina, Chilling Adventures of Sabrina over there. That's some more minor stuff that I picked up. I'm just showing you more highlights, I guess. All right, this is where we really start to take off. This is Dark Hawk number 1, and man, this is a very, very nice copy. Some of the more modern books were actually a little more beat up than this copy right here is. To find such an amazing copy, just out with no board in the back, they were all just bagged. Man, I found it very close to when I first got there, so my adrenaline was pumping right from the beginning. I was getting real good stuff, man. I'm sure you know the thrill of finding some really amazing stuff for good prices out in the wild too. All right, here we have Thor number 1. Yeah, this is Lady Thor, and the green on here means it's the 3rd printing. With Love and Thunder coming up, I guess there is some speculation that Lady Thor will be making an appearance, which is probably going to make this, jump in price a little bit even more than it is. Which actually, I was surprised to see what it was doing. It sometimes, you know, second and third prints can, outshine the first, and that is definitely the case with this Thor #1 third printing. It says thunderous third printing right in the corner there. Okay, Star Wars Darth Vader #1, maybe not that big a deal, but it was right next to this. This is Star Wars Darth Vader #3, the first appearance of Dr. Aphra. She has now her own series, which has been getting a lot of attention. She's proving to be very popular, and that will probably translate into a screen appearance at some point. It's also the first appearance of her murderous droids 000 and BT1, who are just hilarious. And this actually happens to be the 4th copy of this I have found. And I've never paid a premium price for any one of them, I found them all in Japan. I didn't mean to be hoarding them, I just happened to be finding them everywhere for real cheap prices. So, I mean, it's pretty awesome. This is the second copy I have of this, Batman 635. This is our first appearance of the modern Red Hood. We don't find out exactly in this issue that it is Jason Todd, and he doesn't look exactly like that. That's more of a callback to the first appearance when, you know, Joker was Red Hood. But that comic is beyond, I would say, most people's price ranges. And I'm definitely not going to just find that out in the wild for $2. If you've seen any of my other videos, you do know that I am a big fan of the Red Hood, so having another copy of this and it being in such nice condition is really, really exciting. This is another one that has been growing slowly and, you know, could just make another huge spike at any time. This is all new Marvel Now .1 #1. That's kind of a long title. I don't know if you'd call it an anthology, but it is a bunch of stories of different heroes. And here we have the first appearance of Kamala Khan as Miss Marvel, and actually the issue where her real name is revealed. I'm not really sure how much of a fan base or how much of an eye people have out for this comic. This is Vengeance #1 of the 6-part series, and what we have in here, a pretty sweet cover with Magneto on the front there, and what we have here is the first appearance, and this is not a cameo or anything like that. It's like she's right off the bat, major part of the story, America Chavez. So America Chavez has, you know, super strength, and she has the power to punch interdimensional portals, meaning when she punches, she makes an interdimensional portal in the shape of a star. She's a newer character who has had a pretty quick rise in popularity. Probably Kamala Khan has a larger fan base, but America Chavez is another one who is, in some iterations of maybe animated stuff, is more front and center than she is in the maybe comic continuity going on right now. I think maybe Marvel's main focus might be now not on her in the comics, but in some other media that they have put out, mostly for younger audiences. Her and Kamala Khan and Squirrel Girl, they do make more of a front page appearance, I guess. All right, that about wraps it up for the big hitters. I did get some other stuff, like the first 7 issues of House of M, not the 8th for some reason. I don't know, that was kind of annoying, but and some Ninja Turtles from the IDW series that is currently going, that just maybe filled some holes in my collection. I think I showed you all the heavy hitters that I picked up. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't. You can see more of these videos. I'm the Erroneous Kaiser, and I'll see you next time.